It is often said that we should treat others with kindness, patience, and understanding. We are taught to be compassionate friends, caring family members, and generous neighbors. But how often do we extend that same compassion to ourselves? Many of us are our own harshest critics. We dwell on our mistakes, compare ourselves to others, and push ourselves to exhaustion, thinking that self-criticism and relentless striving are the only paths to success. But the truth is, when we practice self-benevolence, we cultivate a healthier mind, a more balanced life, and a deeper capacity to give to others. Nowadays, we live in a world that glorifies achievement, productivity, and perfection. While ambition and hard work are important, they can also lead us to believe that we are only as valuable as our accomplishments. This mindset can be damaging, making us feel unworthy if we fall short of expectations. But when we practice self-benevolence, we acknowledge that our worth is not defined by our successes or failures. We are valuable simply because we exist. Self-benevolence helps us build resilience. Life is filled with challenges, and if we constantly beat ourselves up for every setback, we drain our emotional energy. However, when we respond to ourselves with kindness, we strengthen our ability to recover, learn, and grow from difficulties. Additionally, treating ourselves with kindness improves our relationships. When we are overly critical of ourselves, we are more likely to be critical of others. Conversely, when we are gentle with ourselves, we cultivate patience and empathy, which naturally extend to those around us. But if self-benevolence is so beneficial, why do we struggle with it? There are several reasons. One of them is societal expectations. From a young age, we are taught to meet high standards, to be winner. Society often associates self-kindness with weakness or laziness, making it difficult for us to embrace. Another reason is our own inner critic. We all have an inner voice that points out our flaws. While self-reflection is important, excessive self-criticism can become harmful, creating feelings of guilt and inadequacy. Next is our fear of stagnation. Many people believe that if they are too kind to themselves, they will lose motivation. They fear that without self-criticism, they won't improve. But growth does not require self-punishment. It requires self-encouragement. Another big reason is our past conditioning. Some of us grew up in environments where self-sacrifice was praised and self-care was seen as selfish. This can make it difficult to prioritize our own well-being. Understanding these barriers is the first step toward overcoming them. Here are some ways to actively cultivate self-benevolence in our lives. First, change your inner dialogue. One of the most powerful ways to be benevolent to yourself is to transform your self-talk. When you make a mistake, instead of saying, "I'm such a failure," try saying, "I'm learning and growing." Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend, gently, supportively, and with patience. Secondly, set healthy boundaries. Many of us feel guilty for saying no, but constantly overextending ourselves leads to burnout or even resentment. It is okay to rest. It is okay to take a break. It is okay to prioritize your well-being. Being benevolent to yourself means recognizing your limits and honoring them. Thirdly, celebrate your small wins. We often celebrate others, but forget to celebrate ourselves. Take time to acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small. Did you get through a tough day? That's worth celebrating. Did you take a step toward a goal? That's progress. Recognizing your efforts reinforces self-worth. 4. Allow yourself to rest. Rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Whether it's getting enough sleep, enjoying a hobby, or simply taking a moment to breathe. Giving yourself time to recharge is an act of self-kindness. You cannot pour from an empty cup. 5. Forgive yourself. We all make mistakes. We all have regrets. But holding on to guilt and shame does not serve us. Forgiving yourself is not about ignoring responsibility. It's about accepting that you are human. Learn from your mistakes, make amends if necessary, and then let go. 6. Surround yourself with supportive people. The company we keep influences our mindset. Seek out people who uplift you, encourage you, and remind you to be kind to yourself. Distance yourself from those who constantly bring negativity or make you feel unworthy. 7. Practice self-compassion daily. Self-benevolence is not a one-time act. It is a daily practice. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath when stressed, writing yourself a kind note, or reminding yourself that you are doing your best. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. In a world that constantly pushes us to do more, be more, and achieve more, we must remember that we are enough just as we are. Being benevolent to yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. When you treat yourself with kindness, you cultivate inner strength, resilience, and a deeper ability to give to others. You deserve the same love and compassion that you so freely give to others. Be patient with yourself, forgive yourself, celebrate yourself, and most of all, be benevolent to yourself.